Do not reply to comments if your video is going viral on short form content ever. Well, not always ever. Sometimes. I'm going to talk about that. But this is YouTube therapy, where I talk about and vent all my frustrations out for free to the internet, because therapy costs $200 an hour and YouTube is free. And yeah, if you don't know who I am, my name's Ryan McGann. I make short form videos. I help people go viral. I have a company. We post a shit ton of videos every month. But you can look me up on Instagram if you want more info about that. These videos, I don't edit them. I just vent my frustrations. So let's talk about comments and viral videos, because if you were going viral, I'm talking not that pussy viral stuff that people talk about where like, I went viral, I got 100,000 views. 100,000 views is not viral. 100,000 views is not viral. It's not viral until there's an M next to it. And honestly, I wouldn't even consider 1 million views viral anymore. I think it needs to be 1 million views on like every platform from one video, from the same video, because that's what you do. You post one video on all the platforms. If you're not doing that and you're treating the platforms differently, you're just, you're being unintelligent. With that said, let's talk about you getting 1 million views, your video's rocking and you're starting to get comments. And here's the thing. Those comments ain't going to be positive. And I don't know that we live in a world where if you're getting millions of views on your videos, if your comments are ever going to be positive, unless you're an attractive girl. And then all the comments are, I would say, equally as negative, because it's just a bunch of thirsty dudes commenting on your videos, hoping to talk to you. I don't even know the mindset of a guy that comments on an attractive girl's Instagram with something like, you look great today, or some fire emojis. Can you imagine that in real life? Some dude walks up to a hot girl and was like, and they're holding their phone with like fire emojis on them. Be like, I wrote that. I don't know. Anyways, I digress. The natural thing to do is when you're going viral and when you're getting a lot of views. And again, I'm talking like, I had a video, I've been talking about it a lot because it was just me talking and it got 4,000 or 5,000 comments, and that was just on Instagram, and all of them were hate. And I have a coaching group, and a lot of people worry, like they just don't really know how to act when this starts happening, and my clients included. You shouldn't read the comments. Everyone's going to tell you never to read the comments. You're going to read the comments. If you're getting thousands of them, you no matter what, when you log into your Instagram, even if you never go to the comment section on a single video, you're still going to see the notifications at some point, which you should never have your notifications turned on ever on your phone. That you're a psychopath if you have that happening. But what I'm saying is you're going to land on this page, which is just like your notifications, because you're trying to like get to your DMs or navigate or just see what's going on with your videos. And you're naturally going to see very great comments. Like I'm just scrolling right now on mine, and this guy said there's an extreme amount of dental work needed in this video. That video was posted 2 months ago. That's the amount of people in this video who need an extreme amount of dental work. One, it's just me in the video. So naturally, he's talking about my bottom teeth, which the irony of like my bottom teeth is I've been making videos on YouTube and shit. I've been doing videos for over 10 years. They've never been positive. In fact, I didn't know my bottom teeth were messed up until I started making videos, because if you don't know, you got to get that Instagram girl angle, like the hot girl angle where you're like this. And whenever you're filming up and you tilt the camera down. That's a hack. Everyone looks better with a slight top down look. It's a beeline for your bottom teeth. And you can't stop that. So, and honestly, once I found out that my bottom teeth were crooked, because apparently my parents couldn't afford to get me braces, or they got me for the top. And then, I mean, my dad had a company go under. He filed for bankruptcy. I don't really remember that. I was younger. And quite frankly, nobody up on the streets coming up to me going, dude, your teeth are fucked up. Like, what are you doing? That just doesn't happen in real life. It only happens on the internet. And it happens in different ways. Like in the same video, I've been called fat. I've been called muscular. I've been told I look the leanest ever. I've been told I look the fattest ever. You get told you're a douchebag. You get told that you're arrogant. No matter what, when you're getting attention, it's equal amount positive and equal amount negative if you're doing it correctly, but the positive people never comment. So if you find yourself wanting to reply, there's a couple of instances when I would do that. I would do that if you made a video and it was taken out of context, and it will make you feel better if you add video replies to give yourself more context. And this will happen if you're making a lot of videos. I've had this happen a couple times. And the reality is that that's still not going to make it any better. But it could get you more engagement and it could get you more views on those other supporting videos, because when a video is getting millions of views, if you start comment replying, you could get more views on all those other videos. But then I also think there's a benefit to doing that because you also are getting more attention and more traction. So it's going to elevate your profile. But again, you got to weigh in your mental health on this one. And I'm just saying, if you're in the game of getting views and, you know, making money on the internet and sharing stuff, you have to expect that your skin's got to get like fucking concrete. And you're going to have days where the comments are really, really low and they're really affecting you. That's the worst time to comment or video reply, because then you're just coming out of like anger and frustration. If you are going to comment, I would tell you to wait a little while and then come back to it and see if you care, because most of the time you don't. And you're like, okay, whatever, cool. Or you can be a psychopath like me and screenshot the comments and have full-blown trolling comment sections happening in your Instagram stories. Because again, I don't get, on my average Instagram stories might see 1,000 to 2,000 views if I'm lucky. If I start trolling back and posting the results, I get 10,000 views on my stories. So the world loves trolling and hate, and the I don't even know what to call it. Like, it's the world loves seeing that. That's why Love Island's popular. That's why reality TV shows are popular. They love seeing people at their worst. And generally speaking, this means that if people are leaving these comments, yeah, you're probably not going to want to have a beer with them. You're probably not even going to like them. They're probably going to have a private profile. It is like, you know, if you click on their profile and see that it's private, you can't even have fun and troll them back because you can't tag them in your Instagram story. So, you know, again, if you have really thick skin, I would say if you felt like you were out of context and you want to provide more context, do a video reply. I would not reply to the comments verbally unless you're in a good headspace and you want to troll back. And sometimes I do. I have fun with it. It makes it a little bit better. But I would only do that if I know for sure that my witty comment outbeats their witty comment. But in reality, most of the comments that are happening are true. And that's what stings the most, and that's what fucks with your head, because you're getting these, and if you're going viral, you're getting these at a mass scale. And if you have multiple videos going viral and your whole profile is going viral, you're getting it from multiple videos, all types of different people, and they're going to pick at your insecurities because they're little bitches and they're not putting themselves out there. So, and they're also hoping that people like their comment, because that's a thing too. And that's honestly good for the algorithm, because if you get a comment with like 5,000 likes, that means the video has like 100,000 likes. So that means that the machine and the algorithm are actually doing their job and they're showing your video to more and more people. So if you're getting attention, you're doing great. Okay. Just making videos and then getting a video to go viral and getting multiple videos to go viral and continually to focus on that and continually putting your face out there and making yourself more relevant, no matter what, you're doing awesome. And this is me telling myself that too. So I hope it helps you if you're dealing with it. But, you know, again, you're not going to win the negative comment war. It's kind of impossible. So it's just up to you and how much mental torment you can take. Sometimes it motivates you. If you are overweight and it motivates you to get in shape, cool. If you're like me and you're a psychopath and you want to buy veneers but only get veneers for the top, so it makes your bottom teeth worse or look worse so you get more comments, because at the end of the day, the more comments you get, the more views you're getting. The more your message is getting heard, the more your face is getting out there, the more relevant you are. And it's literally, I hate the saying, but all press is good press. All comments are good comments, you know, but you have to, I'll end it with one more thing. I want to talk about some other stuff, but like, just know that if those are happening, you did good, because that means you are triggering somebody emotionally, which means you are hitting a hot button, which means that you are hitting that sweet spot for an opinion, because you can't go viral with an opinion if you're making everyone happy. You have to be pissing off half of America to go viral. And the other half that you're actually talking to, the people that probably found it funny or they found it insightful or it forced them to change their perspective, they don't comment. Most people do not comment. They don't like your videos. I don't even think that many people actually share videos. I mean, I see the share number going up, but like, I don't like share videos to my friends. I'm not that type of person. Like, I just reference a video if I find it insightful to somebody that I want to know about it. Like, I may save the link and text it to somebody. I mean, I don't know if that specifically counts as a share with the algorithm or if it's just through Instagram stories, but either way, people are going to share it. People are going to save it. Those are like the silent gratitudes. They're like, hey, this video is good. I liked it. I want to show people. But on the flip side, you could piss them off and they're sharing your video to hate on you more, because that's happened to me as well. So point being, just focus on you in this situation. Is me battling people in the comments productive? Do you really think the person that's commenting that is making more money than you? Is that person live a better life than you? Does that person actually, are they putting themselves out there? No, they're not. They're not at all. You're doing that. You're the badass. And again, this is me reminding myself. This is full transparency here. So let's move on. Actually, a little happy subject. I mean, comments are good. They're not unhappy. But I bought these shoes. These are the Adidas Evo SL Light Strike Pros. They're $149. I've been wearing the shit out of these shoes, and I'm 42. I'm getting older, and the last couple of days, I'm in a hotel right now in Austin, Texas. I've been here since Monday evening. This is Wednesday evening. We filmed for about 12 hours today, or we were on our feet for roughly 12, 14 hours today. I filmed yesterday with a very large influencer. You all have seen her videos. She talks about buying businesses. I wore these all day. And the black and the white, they're kind of like Hoka-ish, but they're really comfy. But I did do a CrossFit workout in these last night, and they were not ideal for CrossFit. The workout consisted of power cleans, and I tried power cleaning 185 in these, and it felt like I was standing on a bed. So I power cleaned barefoot, and I slipped these on and off during the EMOM workout, which is every minute on the minute. If you guys don't do CrossFit, I'm part of that cult. So, but when you travel, specifically if you're bringing video gear, like we have a case with all the cameras and a light setup and a mic, it weighs a lot. So you don't want to have to bring extra shoes, especially if you're weighing from a time. If I'm going to be in Texas from Monday night to Thursday, I'm going to be standing most of the time on my feet filming, and I might hit 2 workouts over that 3 or 4 day span. Realistically, I can't justify bringing another pair of shoes for 2 hours of a 48-hour or 50-hour trip. Doesn't make sense. But these are a great shoe, and they look good. You can get into a lot of places wearing these. They have them in a bunch of colors. I recommend them. They're good for running. They're good for walking, and they'll get you through most workouts. Just not like heavy Olympic lifting, because you need a stiff sole for that shit. Anyways, so I'm going to tell you about a story yesterday as well, something that has been frustrating me, and it's really just videographers in general. I feel like they all have a very scarce mindset. And, if you're a videographer, this isn't to call you out, but it's just to just kind of get you to expand your mind a little bit on what opportunities might present themselves and what you should do in those situations. In this specific scenario, I was with a very popular influencer. She was looking for a videographer to basically follow her around and help her build a media arm that she is trying to build. So, and she was speaking to a guy. He was 25 years old, and apparently, and he was resistant on the travel because they were very upfront. And they said, you're going to be traveling 50 to 60% of the time, at this job. And the salary was pretty nice, $75,000 to $100,000 a year. For a videographer position at 25 years old to walk in and make $75,000 a year, plus to hang out with one of the most popular influencers on the planet. If I was 25, I would have jumped on that. But this gentleman, who right now currently is only making a few $100s a few days a week for filming wakeboarding or wake sports, was resistant on this salary or this opportunity because of the travel. And now, mind you, I'm going to set some context of how I view travel and opportunities. I was given 2 hours with that said influencer, and I completely changed my trip and extended it a day. I came out a day early. I changed my flight. I got an extra hotel room for the night. I woke up at 5:45 in the morning after getting in at 2 a.m. from my flight, because are flights ever on time these days? Travel is fucking horrible these days, but that's a whole nother therapy session. Either way, I set my alarm for 5:45. I got up. I met her at 7. We ended up hanging out for almost all day, but I originally only had a 2-hour window. Okay. We hung out and filmed all day. So I took an opportunity to get a guaranteed 2 hours and turned it into like 8 of time to be around one of the biggest influencers in the world right now. And I would do that. If I only got that 2 hours, I would have done the same thing. And that's taking out an opportunity. These are things you say yes to, especially at 25 years old. Like I'm 42 when I took that opportunity, So with that said, I don't know if this dude's going to take that job, but the fact is, because she asked him, do you have a child? Like, are you married? Like, what's holding you back? And he said it was because his current girlfriend gets separation anxiety. I'd dump that bitch in a heartbeat. Like, because that's holding you back, and you have to weigh these. I mean, I'm not living his life. He's not living my life. He's, again, if you make those decisions, you got to stand by those decisions. And, if you say no to that opportunity, that's fine too. But I do think people, specifically like the videographers of the world, they do very scarce things. Like, you're not going to say yes to that because you could have taken the job, did it for a month, found out you didn't like it, and been like, hey, I'm sorry, this isn't for me. But at least you got a month in there to show what you could do. And you're like, hey, I thought I could deal with this travel, but I can't. I'm sorry. Like, you have a way out too. But I feel like a lot of people, they just say no to these opportunities. And who knows where that opportunity could have taken him. And I know that specific one was this week taking him to Las Vegas to hang out with David Goggins and a lot of really, really other big influencers. It puts you in rooms, and those rooms could define a career. And I always say, take the trip. Like, if you think there's an opportunity to better your life or your income or your career, I'll bet the money on a flight and a hotel anytime, And then if you're married or you have other obligations, I would explain exactly how this is going to help out my life, which is make your family's life better. Because this was a 25-year-old. I don't know when you get told you're a man. I don't know, but 25-year-old man, I guess. I think that age is getting longer now because of the internet. I don't know. There's a lot of old people on the internet that act like children. But in this case, you're providing for maybe your future family, your savings account, your bank account, your life, your career, your opportunities. And I just think that was a very, very short-sighted thing to do, to say no to even put it out. Because who knows, he may come back in a day because she gave him time to think about it. But in that meantime, if it's me, I'm going to find somebody else. I'm going to take that opportunity because it was an application process. There were probably hundreds of applications because to get a high-paying job right now is not easy in this world. Like, it's not. Like, especially a starting salary of like 6 figures. Like, to make videos. I'm sorry, I make videos. Like, the world doesn't really think it's a hugely lucrative skill set, except for people of this influencer's caliber and people of that caliber, because we know the benefit of making videos, but the modern world doesn't. They don't take YouTube editors seriously, video editors seriously. Video editing is a very thankless job, and it's one that arguably you have a shelf life of doing. You're only going to want to do it for a certain amount of time. So if you can position yourself, if you think about yourself like an athlete, you're getting paid to go through training camp. You're getting paid to see behind the scenes and all of these into this world of huge businesses being operated and generated by media and videos and attention. And I just think it was super short-sighted. And I would encourage you, if you're watching this, because there's opportunities that I didn't take in the past that I kind of regret now. That who knows where those would have ended up. But I'm generally, risk averse? I generally lean to the thing that's the most uncomfortable and gets me the most risk, or is the most challenging thing to do. And for context, for that 2 hours, I told this person that I would get them 10 million views from the videos we filmed in 2 hours. So I put myself in situations for the person to have no choice but to say yes to have me come out. And now I got to fulfill on that though. So we'll see how that goes. I'll report back, because if I fail miserably, I'm going to talk about it. And it's fine if I do. I'll do the same thing again, because you say yes to things, you try things, you push yourself, and it generally succeeds. So, you agree with that? Luis is in the hotel room with me. This is not a lonely therapy session. Luis is locked in with his AirPods in right now. Luis. No, I'm not done yet. He thinks I'm going to turn the camera off. Do you think that guy made a bad decision by not? He said, fuck yes, if you guys didn't hear that. I know it's quiet here, but I only got one pocket. I'm reverting back. This is like 2008 YouTube. Sitting on the bed. Might get a screenshot. Who knows? Might see my feet on OnlyFans or some point or something. I don't know. But yeah, opportunities. Most people, I think people should say yes to more opportunities. I think you should stop saying no. And I think that people shy away from challenges. And in this young gentleman's situation, I hope he reconsidered, because I think that would have been an incredible opportunity for him. And as somebody who flew across the country from Florida to Austin, Texas for 2 hours, and I spent about $1,000 to make that happen, I think it was a brainless move for him to do that. Very unintelligent. I'm trying to use the word unintelligent because I tend to say things are stupid a lot. And I know that's rude, but that's just how I think. But yeah, so little rant about my last few days. Like I said, I came out here to Austin on Monday night. I left my family on Monday night. My flights were delayed Monday night. I got into my hotel room here at the, I don't know what hotel, the Westin. Nice hotel. They got a decent gym. There's a good CrossFit down the street here, not too far from here. Austin's a pretty cool town. I just overpaid for 2 nights in a row for barbecue. Spent about $150 for me and Luis both nights because he's here to help me. So I like to buy people food. I found that food is a good gift, especially, when you're on work trips per se. But yeah, with that said, say yes to more opportunities. But yeah, I came in Monday night. I got in at 2. I set my alarm for 5:45. I actually got up at 6. I hit the snooze button. I actually took a shower the night before, so I didn't have to take it in the morning because I figured I'd oversleep, which I kind of did. Got there, filmed, went to a conference with the person. I'm not saying her name because, as you work with bigger clients, I don't like to use my clients for clout. But you guys can probably figure out who she is. And yeah, then Luis came in last night. We filmed with a client, Ryan Shoot Today. It's on my Instagram story. If people follow me there, you should follow me on Instagram. But we filmed about 75, 80 videos today. We got some Terry Black's barbecue. We're going tomorrow to film for another half day with him from about 11 to like 3 or 4. And then we're heading to the airport, and we fly home back to Tampa. And I'll get in about a little after midnight, and I can take my daughter to school on Friday, or summer camp, because we're in summer camp. So, but yeah, this is a typical week in my life. I also have a coaching call tomorrow that I have to step away. That's one of the reasons Luis comes, so I can step away to do my coaching calls. If you want to get coaching from me and learn how to make viral videos and, learn how to scale your content agency or any agency whatsoever, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and we'll talk about it. It is paid. It's not free. It's not a pitch, but I talk about a lot of this stuff in there, but more tactical breakdowns and just how we're making videos go viral. But yeah. It's 10:37 at night. I just got an opportunity. Somebody just texted me. I don't have the number saved, about doing a podcast with them tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that work, but I might say yes to that opportunity if I can make it work. So, yeah. Well, that's it for YouTube Therapy. Talk to you guys later.